Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. The New York Giants taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
Complete.
11 yards there, first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll set up a throw quickly into the hands of Beckham.
The first down.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
10 yards.
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
At the 46-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
7-yard pickup.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So here are the Giants under head coach Joe Judge. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3 to 1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he's probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down. The numbers in last week's game for Hooper. 5 catches, 61 yards.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. To throw, it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
That's good.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now they try the right side here. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself against the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And some space here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Taken down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now they try the right side here. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
First and goal from the 3. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Pollard, the ball carrier.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Giants 7, Buccaneers nothing.
He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
To throw now on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Nico Hardman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Yeah, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And it's good to make it 14-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
First down pass.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
A loss of 14 on the play.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
New York set to take the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
A throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Murray going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Defense is always talking about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Patrick Queen coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon. And guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Makes the score Giants 14.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but...
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral it down near the 11-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the
rush coming, and he's taken down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Mecole Hardman as the first half is winding down, and the Giants add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin with an always physical one in the NFC East. Heated rivals, Dallas and Philadelphia, at it again. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. The Cowboys trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. A 10-point victory in the end. 24-14, the final. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Murray now to throw. Flush to his right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And a give this time to the tailback. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
The tackle made.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Let's go, D. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
25-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Nicole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On second down, it's Pollard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
A good return there, 17 yards.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On play action, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Murray now. This one caught by Isabella. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And this one through the uprights and good. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
A loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
The pass on second down. Fumble on the play.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Going deep for Diggs. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 36.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now they try the right side here, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Giants on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 8. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. Room here to run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Austin Hooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they've put themselves in a great position to win this one because
Stephon Diggs past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to get a score back.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's enjoying a great deal of success. His team is also enjoying a great deal of success.
Yeah, he's got that nice little, what I call the QB lean going right now. You see that little stroll that he's got
swagger
going? Yeah, he's definitely got that. You see him throwing the football, this nice little video. He's seeing that in his head as well because he wants more of that to happen. So anytime you see him that relaxed, that comfortable, usually it's a big thumbs up for his team.
Yeah, it's been a big highlight day for him. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Murray. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
Now a handoff looking right. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tackle made at the 30.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
From the 38, Murray dancing to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete.
that's another New York.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect it.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
on 10-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And it's third down.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Get that.
Out of the gun now on third down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
To 7 yards.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded at about the 28. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
Their own 42-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Taking it. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 23-yard
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Minus 50. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Stephon Diggs. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
It's like my old high school coach used to say, Charles. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over 1st and...
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
22 more yards.
I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Giants 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
4 yards.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here. Back to throw it. Murray buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Will Lutz.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Defense wins championships, baby.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
That'll be caught. Reagor with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
All day, dog.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Buccaneers.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay,